So today I'll be covering the uncomfortable but truths when it comes to career progression. The problem is we're often told working really hard is what will equate to success and progression in your career, but the reality is that's often not the case. We've all seen that individual that's working super hard, technically very gifted, but they're often overlooked and you think, why? And then we have individuals and you think, how on earth did you get that role? Well, the reality is career progression is not exactly related to how hard you're working, but it's making some of the right choices and doing the right things that position you for success. So today in this video, I'll be covering the uncomfortable but truths when it comes to career progression and the things that you have to do to position yourself for success. Visibility is probably one of the most crucial aspects of your career. In any role that you're in, you need to ensure that your manager's manager, so this is 2 levels above yourself, have exposure to the work that you're doing. The reason for that is, and let's picture a scenario, when you go in for a promotion or request an increase in your salary, your manager is usually not the one to sign that off. They take that away and take that to their manager, and usually they have to justify why that request has happened. If they've already had exposure to the work that you're doing, you're much more likely to be granted that promotion or that increase in salary. So what do you need to do to ensure this? You need to speak to your manager, ask them, can we do a group-wide session and include X person? Are they aware of the work that we're doing? It's very important, and the onus is on you to actually ensure that they're getting that visibility. Very important. So by ensuring that your manager's manager has visibility into what you're doing, when the time comes for a promotion or an increase in salary, they are much more likely to sign that off and see you as the person that deserves it. So number 2, upwards progression is not necessarily based on your work, but how you made people feel. To quote a great civil rights activist, Maya Angelou, where she said, people don't remember what you said, what you did, but what they remember is how you made them feel. So how do we apply that to the corporate world, and what does that mean? When you're working on projects, the expectation is that it's delivered. What that means is when you attend meetings and you're challenging or giving ideas, are you doing that with energy? When something goes wrong, are you providing solutions in a positive manner without being condescending? Building genuine relationships and asking people, how was your day? What are you up to? What are you doing this weekend? Because people do remember that and how you made them feel. These are genuine relationships. People are people, so go beyond just the work, because people will remember how you made them feel and how it was working with you. When you look at previous jobs and the people that you worked with, you probably don't remember the things that they were doing. You remember, were they a pleasure to work with? Did you like them? Did you have a good time? If you follow the first advice, where you're getting visibility, you're promoting good energy, and you've got a good relationship with individuals, you're really going to set yourself up for great success. The next thing that you need to do is ensure that you're involved in the hot projects. Companies, departments, teams, they tend to have some key focus areas. In your role, you will tend to have day-to-day activities and some projects that have high value, that have a lot of eyes on them. This kind of links back to the visibility aspect. Naturally, by being involved in these projects, you will have high levels of visibility as a lot of eyes tend to be on them. These are initiatives that are driving the company forward, so it's not your day-to-day sort of repetitive tasks. These are new initiatives. You need to actively involve yourself. If you're not being involved or included in these projects, you really need to speak to your manager and ask to be. And if you're not being given that opportunity, then you're really hindering your success at that company, as you'll just be drowned in all the other work. You're not getting much exposure. And when it comes to a promotion, your name is probably not going to be in that pool because you've not been working on those hot projects. Number 3, reputation is everything, trust is crucial. I read a great book called The Speed of Trust, which essentially says trust is not a nice to have when it comes to your relationships. It is a fundamental currency. And what that means is, when it comes to your career, you need to have a reputation for something, and you need to stick by that reputation, and you need to have trust. And within the book, it's split into 3 categories: integrity, intent, and your capabilities. So let's start off with integrity. When it comes to your work and your reputation, you need to be known for doing things in the correct manner. So if you're working as a developer, are you following best practice? When you commit to a project or commit to certain timeframes, are you doing it when you say you do? Things like this, when it comes to your integrity, are very important, and that builds your reputation, and that builds the trust people have to give you more responsibility, more projects, It's fundamental. Number 5, and I often see people that have progressed very well in their careers are very curious in nature. When you're hired for a role, you've got a list of responsibilities that you need to cover, and that's the baseline for what you're doing. But that's just the baseline. Doing your job is what's expected of you. What you need to do is be very curious and ask why as to why things are done a certain way. What that means is you're often looking out for opportunities. What that means is you will always be looking out for opportunities where you can improve things and go above and beyond your role. A promotion is that, a promotion. Doing your basic work stack is not enough to go to the next level. You have to be curious, ask questions, look for opportunities to improve things where people see that you're actually doing things in a better way and you're trying to improve things, where they will look at you to think, okay, this person can take on the next level as they're improving things and doing much more than what's expected of them already. The next one is for juniors or people early in their career. When you're a junior, you're allowed to have the flexibility to move positions. If you're not being promoted or given the opportunities for salary increases or progression in those roles in your early parts of your career, you have the flexibility to move. What I've often seen is some people join companies very early in their careers and then stick at them for the next 7 without any new learnings, progression, or salary increases. That's a fundamental problem. Recruiters do not mind junior roles having a lot of lateral moves in the first few years of their career. The reason for that is there's a lot of learning that's done in a junior level, and that can quickly move on to a mid-level role. So if you're not progressing in your current role, you should be looking to move, whether that's through learning or salary or progression. You have the flexibility as a junior to move positions. If you're not being progressed, it's fundamental that you do, because you can really limit yourself. As you approach senior, you have to demonstrate longer term deliverables, hence why you don't have that flexibility. But in the early parts of your career, as long as there's clear steps for you to get to the next level and it's been stuck by, you should follow that. If you're not being given that opportunity, you should be looking to move companies every 1.5 to 2.5 years in the junior parts of your career. So lateral moves are allowed and they should be done